Today on episode 86 of the Holochronicles Podcast, we get a live update from Greg and Gianni of Red 5 Designs on their all-inclusive, incredible vintage Star Wars action figure book. Josh?
Woo! We made it.
We're here.
Wow.
Apologies for the tardiness, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just getting back from a memorial service from my old track coach. So it was good. It was a good time. Good that we started. And it also allowed some people who are still watching a soccer match to see the conclusion, the exciting conclusion of, let's see, was it Italy and Switzerland or Belgium?
Yeah. Mars versus Venus.
Yeah. Soccer. Football. All right.
But thanks for hanging out and staying with us. We're excited to talk today. We really only have, again, just kind of a one trick pony show here today, but I'm sure there's a few things we can throw in.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to say hello to those in the chat that are joining us live. Cheerio. And to those that are listening on the rewind, eventually, good to have you with us along for the ride as well. I'd like to start, Josh, by this is the kind of collector influence people can have on me, and I'm not saying it's a good thing necessarily. As you know, every other week we have a segment on here called the Jackson 5, where our buddy Jackson comes on and sheds a little insight onto some of the vintage comics, or not necessarily
comics in general.
Yeah, just comics in general.
Star Wars comics.
And after last week's, where he talked about all the variant covers from the Vader Down 1 through 6 issues, and how there's like 47 different variant covers, I got on eBay, and a little while later, 5 comics later that have arrived, I purchased a few, and just really quickly wanted to zip through them. And again, this is just because I'm easily influenceable with cool stuff. First of all,
that one was great.
This one right here with Jackson on it.
Back by your face.
Yeah, it's got to be back by my face. That is, oops, on the side. That is the character Jackson right there facing Vader in the Empire Strikes Back. Classic scene. That's one of them that I got. Thought it was kind of cool. Now it's just, when I see that, I think of our friend Jackson. And so there we go. And I got this one, and I'll put these pictures up on Twitter either today or tomorrow, so we can get a little better look at it. Yeah, it's kind of a stylized version of Han, Luke, and Leia with Vader in the background. Then I got these two because they remind me of my favorite Star Wars poster, the Revenge of the Jedi.
I was just saying, so damn cool. They're just
they're pretty sweet. Yeah. John here.
Sorry, I'll keep up with the chat. I'm just looking at your beautiful comics.
And then actually, I guess there's 6. I didn't know that when I bought this, I was actually buying 2. I thought I was getting this one.
That one's cool.
But really,
you got both.
I got both. And what was funny is that I think our friend Nick was thinking about throwing a bid on this. And I said, well, I think there's one that I'm going to bid on too. And it ended up being the same one. So
wow.
I don't know if he actually bid, but if he did, he made me pay more than I was going to. Nick. Anyway, Star Wars Vader Down variant covers. And now I've got 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, I've got 6. And that brings my total Star Wars comic book collection to 7. Because I have the vintage.
So let me ask you this. A couple questions for you.
All right, fire away.
If you don't mind answering.
I don't mind.
How much did you pay?
For all 6 total?
Right.
About $100.
Okay. So there's a little value in there.
A couple of them
most expensive.
A couple of them are about $20-$25.
Okay.
And then the rest of them were in the $5 to $10 range.
It's just so cool to me. See, as a kid, I liked comic books, but I wasn't ever like go to the store, collect comic books. I was kind of like, Uncle gave me a box of comics and I read through those. And then I pulled some favorites. So But when I look at them, especially, that's why I love having Jackson on our show, is because I learned something new like you did, except I was able to control myself for a week.
I couldn't even, the next day, these were in my shopping cart.
It's just, I haven't ever been, comics are great and I'll thumb through them. And you know what? Actually, you gave me the one with Kanan. I forget, it's First Blood or something like that.
Yeah, the Kanan issue 1.
Kanan issue 1. And I read through that and, but I've read through a couple where I'm like, I just can't stand the dialogue here in this comic book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes
I'm a full novel type of guy. However, the artwork is so tremendous on some of these that maybe you're not, obviously not buying it for the storyline entirely. You're buying it for some of the cool stuff they put out there. So, anyway.
Yeah. So I've got.
Well, thank you very much to Jackson, I suppose, right?
Thanks, Jackson. Putting a dent in my PayPal.
Well, and I'm with you. That right there. Now, how are you going to display them? Because are you going to line them up like books?
I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet because I got something else here.
I see.
I got something else. Do you want to do this now or you want to do it later?
Let's get it done. Is everyone? I think they're ready back there, but just making sure.
Right. Italy has won.
I see.
So
is that who we wanted to win?
That's Gianni Venturini was rooting for Italia.
Oh, I don't know why you have to say his full name.
Because you get the idea.
Gotcha.
So all right. We told you guys that, or we advertised that we were going to have Greg and Johnny of Red 5 Designs come on, give us an update about the incredible Kickstarter book that they're putting together. And having gotten to seeing a little bit behind the curtain with what they're doing, it's going to blow you guys away. Anybody that is backing this is going to be rewarded supremely with such a high quality, thorough, exhaustive book. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I couldn't be more excited.
Yeah.
So I think with that amazing introduction, we should have our partners, our sponsors, our buddies.
Yeah.
Greg and Johnny,
our big winners
for the day.
Let's bring them in, and we'll even do it with their own intro. Right.
Let's do it.
It should probably say book review. Hey, there you are.
Hey. All right. Johnny does have pants on or does not have pants on?
We don't know. Yeah.
Tez wants to know. Or you just did a quick lap through the streets? I don't know. That was an exciting game there.
You're quiet, Johnny.
Yeah, you're mute. You're muted up, Johnny. You can't even speak right now. Unmute.
Unmute.
There you are.
That's you see, I'm in that much of a tiz that I, I'll take it.
Congratulations. There was never any doubt.
No, yeah, and it's all down to me.
As I say, you played really well, Johnny. You played really well.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm happy.
All right. Well, guys, welcome to the show.
Thanks very much for having us.
What's up? What's new?
What's new? Well, Italy are in the Euro finals. I don't know if you know that. You mean Star Wars wise and the book wise? Okay.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, well, we did a little update a little while ago just to let people know that we are running behind schedule because of little delays that add up and put us behind somewhat, and certain things that are out of our control, which is frustrating, but it's all part of the process. But yeah, we're sort of cracking on with it. We're working as hard as we can on it, and some things are reliant on other people and stuff. So we've got to be patient with those people and their information that they're giving us.
Yeah, I know that you've asked me for a few pictures and have to wait for me to come through with those. So I imagine if you're employing a lot of people, to send you things, then sometimes you don't always get it immediately. And And so if any delays, you can blame me.
Are you saying Andy's been a slacker?
Yeah, so I wanted to come here and call Andy out and just sort of
Yeah.
there's the problem.
That's the problem, right?
Sorry, guys.
No,
Sorry.
if only they were all as quick as you, Andy, that'd be great.
Oh, yes.
Your turnaround times, no one can compete with, so we can't complain about that.
You've set the bar.
Oh,
You
okay.
have,
Well,
But I think the whole we've gone from initially we thought it was going to be a 300-page book. Then it's grown to a 400-page, and now that we've got our content, it's actually 500 pages. But we have consciously added extra stuff in the book, and hopefully that'll soften the blow of it. Being a bit slower coming out, if you like. We're just conscious of the fact that this is sort of our deadline, and we're not able to get you a book at the moment. But rest assured that when you do get it, we're pretty sure that you'll be happy, and understand why things have taken longer than they have.
I think in hindsight it was very naive of us to add all that stuff in the Kickstarter and not push back our time like our final deadline.
I think because from our point of view, we were we're always prepared just to put the graft in and get it done. If you know exactly what you're doing and you're not, and it's just about you collating information that you've already got and formatting pictures and stuff like that, then you can sort of calculate your time frame easier. But when you're talking about outside influences and stuff like that, that's when you start getting into an area of unknown and how long things are going to take.
So from the moment you guys started, I think your book was advertised to be a vintage Star Wars figure book, and then added on the 12-inch figures. And
sorry, go on.
Well, and then added on the Ewoks and the droids figures. Yeah. And then what more have we added on since then for those that aren't getting the updates?
Well, for instance, we decided sort of towards the end of the Kickstarter, we knew that variants was a bit of a wormhole, a bit of a can of worms to go down, because it's just so vast as to how deep you can go with it. And we worked out. I don't. You've got the image. The last image I sent on its own.
Yeah, which one? Yeah, no problem.
The one on its own, which has got the variants on.
Yes,
that's been the bit. There we go. There we go.
So there's a good example there on the left. So
guys, let me interrupt. Guys in the chat, pay attention. If you're looking off, if you just listen to this, look at the screen right now. Look at the screen. Sorry to interrupt. All right, carry on.
No, that's great. So if you look at the one on the left, you see that there's four items per page, 4 figures per page, and it talks about their various variations, if you like. And we thought all the variations would sort of be like that, sort of we'll have 4 per page, and it will be like that, and it won't be too sort of extensive. But then as we delve deeper into it, and we've got people on board who ultimately give us their time to correct things or add things to the book, we've expanded those, and some like that one on the right, which is the Biker Scout. It ends up being a page all on its own, just because of what's involved in the variations within the US release of it, and the Biker Scout does include the short snout like Lily Leddy version, because that was distributed in the US at the time. So it's sort of that gives you an idea of how deep we've sort of gone with it. And there are elements that you could go deeper with it, but it's like, how far do you take it? And what we try to do is take the information we've got, decide on how much goes into the book, because at the end of the day, we've only got so much real estate within the book to tell everything you want to tell people. It's a case of putting enough information in there that if people then want to delve deeper, they've got the bits of information to send them in the right direction.
Well, like you said, you can't have it be completely complete, right? Because you're always going to have that one off, or you're going to have somebody that's like, well, actually, and on that,
Exactly.
at least giving them. I mean, this is far more than I think we've ever seen. Yeah. I mean, you couldn't. Who was I talking to? I was talking to a buddy, Trevor, and I said, the cool thing is like there's so much detail on one page that while yes, maybe you could go search the internet for it, it'd probably take you hours to kind of lock them all down and put them into a concise, page like you guys have done, and obviously probably spent hours doing. So that's what I like about it. If you want to find everything out about everything out about the biker scout, then there it is.
Yeah, part of the difficulty is imagery, because obviously we're not able to get our hands on every single thing that's out there, every single variant that's out there. But people have donated stuff, and if we can't show it, then we'll at least mention it so that people then can go and explore it themselves.
Yeah, we had a lot of conversations early on about how deep into variations we were going to go, and we were like, we're not going to go too deep. We're going to try not to fall down the hole. Just keep around the edge. We've definitely fallen down the hole. Right, we've definitely gone a lot deeper than we intended to, but it's going to be so much better for the book when it's done. I think it's going to blow a lot of people's minds when they see how deep we've gone into the detail.
We get excited, don't we, Greg? When we get a new bit of information from someone, and it's like, I didn't even know that, but when we're able to put it in the book, and whether it's a bit of copy that just explains it, or an image or something, when you start seeing it all as a whole, we get excited for what you're going to receive, if you like.
Yeah.
So 100%. what I think those that are listening right now need to do, because we're gonna post up 5 new images of stuff that has not been seen yet. I think it would be great if you guys went down and shared this on your Twitter real quick, so that we can bring a few more people in, get word out about this book a little bit more. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but you're still taking orders up to delivery. Right, up
to print, up to
print. So that time is running short. Okay, we are approaching that time. But if you guys could get out there and share this, bring a few more people in. We're about to show a few more images of some of the new stuff that they've added. Some of the talking points.
This is stuff that's never been shown before.
Yes, right. Exclusive, behind the scenes. Or between the pages, I should say. Easy. Some content here. So do that if you would, please. Now, let's just get right into it. Do we put a picture up and you guys talk about it? Is that what we do here?
Yeah, we'll ramble on.
Well, perfect. That's what we do. Welcome to the show. All right, here we go.
Okay. Oh, there it is.
Do you want to do this one, Greg, or
me do this one? Are you kidding? When I first saw what we were doing with this section of the book, I was like, God, you're even putting what the bags are made out of. Wow, man! Like we went. It was very, very deep. I am very excited though that I got to photograph that bagged up Luke the other day. It looks great on that page. It looks amazing on that page.
Yeah,
deep.
I mean, we've got a baggy expert that we deal with, and even when we sort of approached him with what we wanted to do, he sort of said, you do realize that baggies is sort of a vast area that you could again go down a load of rabbit holes with it and that sort of thing. But so again, working with this guy, what we do is we take all the information we've got, and then you filter it to get as much on the page as is necessary to allow people to explore it themselves if they want to go further. So generally what we do is on the left-hand page, we would generalize about elements of the baggies and what differentiates one from the other and what slight tweaks are different, subtle changes and things like that. And then we go in to show what baggies were available for whatever era, whether it be Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, or Return of the Jedi, etc. So,
but Greg, I'm totally with you. That baggy shot's the best action figure in a baggy shot I have ever seen.
Hell yeah.
Best baggy shot I've seen today.
Hell yeah.
I'm telling you, it's a great looking baggy shot.
Well, and the fact that you guys have a baggy expert Like, welcome to Star Wars. Welcome to Star Wars fandom. Welcome to Star Wars collecting. Welcome to Star Wars nerddom.
Hello, my name's Lock. Ziplock.
Baggy expert extraordinaire. Yeah. We've got a few experts, and to be honest, when we started doing this and telling people what we were doing, as Gianni mentioned, a lot of the original reactions were, "Well, you're crazy. You can't do that. It's too much." Like, good luck, guys. Good luck, guys. I'll leave you to it. You're not going to do it. But then we've
Lock out.
Persisted. Yeah, exactly.
They do start off like that. They just sort of say you're crazy and
you're mental.
And that sort of thing. But I think when we sort of then break down how we're going to do it and we show them some examples and stuff, they go, okay, yeah, you know, I like this sort of thing. I can help you out, and that's been, the general process along the way. You know, and these people are generous enough to give us their time, you know, and their expertise. Not everyone's able to do that.
And that's what you're talking about right now. You're talking about a lot of people that are giving you their time and expertise. And there's a bit of a delay with the release because there's these good experts out there that still need some time to get some stuff done. So I think that's what's totally acceptable, especially after we just found out that there's a real baggy expert out there.
There's an actual baggy expert. Love that.
Find them all, guys. Find them all. Find the toe expert. Find the peg hole expert. Find everything.
I'm sure there is. I mean, and there's the thing is, you talk to different people, and then the same name crops up, and then you know that's the person to go to, you know, for that information. And it is amazing what people, you know, how deep people have gone, you know.
Does it involve alleyways and like secret knocks or anything? I mean, have you guys been down in an area where you didn't think you were going to get out?
Well, we can't say, you know, there's only so much we can tell you.
I understand.
Makes sense. Yeah. Makes sense. Little slat, little door.
Yeah, that's right.
What's the password?
Secret knocks.
Yeah.
You know it.
Yeah, no. There it is.
All right, post up the next one there, Josh.
You got it. Yep.
Okay, so do you want to talk about this one, Greg? Because you worked on these images and stuff.
Well, we thought I scanned them. That was my my amazing ability with my eyes. We're obviously including all the mini catalogs that we know that are that came in the boxes, and we're making sure we get all the different variant ones of these as well. So there's been some that have slightly different covers, or have a slightly different. One has a drawing of a ship, one has a photo of a ship. So you've had to go through and try and track down all these different mini catalogs. Before we got a catalog expert, I believe this was kind of just us out there on our own. I don't think the catalog expert came till later. I think by that point we had pretty much nailed the majority.
We pretty much sort of sorted it out really, but I mean that just sort of shows. So because we're doing mail order and you've got packs, and what's included in the packs is these mini catalogs, it just felt, you know, we try to. I know it's about the figures, but it's about if there's periphery stuff that we can talk about and fit it in the book, then we will do that. And I just think it's very interesting just to look through all those little catalogs and what was available and how the line changed over the years.
Oh yeah, I got lost going through all these catalogs. Like I really did. Not lost as in confused, just I fell down a rabbit hole of amazement and absolute.
Yes,
I just got confused.
I wonder how many of these I actually had, you know, when you get a vehicle and there's a mini catalog thrown in, you know, I wonder how many of these.
Oh, you've thrown plenty away.
I'm sure I have. Like, but on the other hand, there's so many. Like, there's so many. There's way more.
Yeah, there are, and there's variants as well. There's variants within those. You see? So
it's actually quite confusing.
Sorry,
because obviously, me and you haven't been in the same room. It's all been messaging and Zoom and on the phone. But when we're trying to sort out these things, it's Gianni like, right, can you do the one that has the Empire cover, but I think it has maybe the drawing of the ship at the back? And I'm like all these different catalogs. I'm like, Gianni, I think I've put the right one in Dropbox. I don't know. There's so many. It gets so confusing because we're not in the same, because we're not able to sit in the same room and look at things together. We're having to do it just over like phone, Zoom, message. That is slowing things down. But we got there in the end with the mini catalogs. It was a bit of a journey.
Some tricky ones to get as well. There's some tricky, some rare ones in there as well.
And we get cool with weird names.
Side question here: aren't you guys going to be allowed to be able to be in the same room here in about 2 weeks? Does the
restraining order end?
Yeah, no, we can't. Just hasn't lent ourselves to it yet, but we are.
Yeah. All right. So wow.
Got an echo.
This is awesome. Josh, let's just go next picture. I
All
don't
right,
even know. I don't even know what to
Next
say.
picture.
Okay. So
Yeah.
this is another add-on that we did amongst ourselves, because I sort of we went down the variations route, and then I was going to Greg, well, yeah, but the trouble is these weapons have different variants and stuff within them as well. So, and you can't fit all them onto, or you don't want to fit multiple ones of those, saying the same thing on all the figures. So rather than sort of spread them over all the figures, we decided to do an armory and accessory section, which
laser
all
swords,
the everything other than soft goods really on the figures. So all the little accessories that came with them, and this is a sort of extensive part of the lightsaber section. So we go into
mind blowing. That's amazing.
So it goes into the manufacturing of it, and why there's letters on the hilt and stuff like that, and why did they change it from the DT telescope to the single piece telescope and stuff like that, and obviously different variations of those. And then if we go on, you'll see that how it goes into all the other elements of the accessories.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah,
There you
stunning.
go.
So it'll pick out each weapon, whether it's got color variants and stuff like that. And then again, this is a good example. We didn't have obviously all the different types of weapons that are there that you might find elsewhere, or Imperial gunnery, or wherever you look. So what we did is we collected all our information, and then the bottom half then picks out points on the items, which are points of reference. So if you want to check your blaster, if it's legit or not, or a certain type or not, you can check for certain elements, and it tells you what to look for on that particular item.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you can really see if you're at home looking at this, but obviously on these little figures, like Gianni said, the bottom line, the little weapons here, there's tiny little numbered points all throughout.
Yeah,
them,
it's amazing.
Beneath it lists exactly what those points are and what changes variant to variant.
It's got things like EPMs, which are the ejector pin marks, which when they're in the molds, generally when they do these molds, everything would be set up symmetrical, I assume, just to allow the plastic to distribute evenly amongst the mold. And then then it'll get pushed out of the mold, and all those little holes and circles you see on your weapons and stuff, that's the ejector pin marks, where the pins push the item out of the mold. So that's why you get them on some sides of weapons and on other sides of weapons. So it sort of explains all of that as well.
Oh, this chat got steamy all of a sudden. Damn.
Ejector pins. I can't shake them.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. I love this chapter. This is one of the last sort of chapters we added, and when Gianni said what the idea was for it, I was like, "No, man, we're already too far behind. We can't go throw an armory in it." Then I started seeing it, and I was like, "God, it's so beautiful." I think it's actually turned into one of my favorite chapters of the book. Actually, is the armory. It really is.
So let me ask you guys something. So because you've added all this stuff. So you're sending out a bill to all the people that backed you for the additional cost to add all this stuff to what we already paid for 200 pages ago?
Absolutely not. No, I think we're doing this project because we're passionate about it, and we just feel that if we put our passion into it, then when people receive it, they'll realize that, and they'll get a buzz from reading it, and I think when you especially like we're finding when we find new information out, Greg's going, "Oh, are we gonna put that in there or not? Can we fit that in there?" And I'll say, "Well, I know it now. It's got to go in there. I know it exists. Go in there." So you find a way of prizing it in, whether it be a bit of text or an image or whatever. You just try and find a way of getting it in there, and when you start adding stuff and that, it shuffles things along and it shuffles pages along. So it does have a knock-on effect in the book, but we want to put out a book that people are going to get and go, wow, that's what we want. And I think if it's going to take, if you have to wait another couple of months or whatever, however long it takes, I mean, it's not going to be another year like certain other books or whatever, but if you have to wait that bit longer, I just think once you get it, you'll understand if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So one thing that I was trying to formulate words around that I couldn't a moment ago Josh, can you put that last picture up?
Yes, sir.
One thing that I really love, and this speaks not only to the longtime collector, but to the introductory collector. But you put the image of the figure with each of the helmets and the weapons. No, I mean, I'm serious. Like
only if that item is specific to that figure, do we show the figure?
Okay. Yes, and I think that is excellent because it does speak from everyone to the beginner to the expert, and it makes a quick little small thing that could potentially make a big difference in somebody who's trying to find or cross-reference something. And it's like you just got to look for the image there, and maybe if you're not as familiar with the weaponry or the accessories, it's just I just love that. It was a little thing that caught my eye, and I'm, as are all of us kind of watching this here, we're getting just a glimpse at the attention to detail. And when we say attention to detail, it's to the nth degree. It is so what we have seen so far is so well thought out that take another month. Take all the time you need. Take all the time you need. The delay is not from lack of activity.
Right.
The delays are you're adding and adding and adding far more than we were even contributing to initially. Like what we thought we were getting, we're going to get plus almost another entire book with it. I mean, essentially we're getting so much added on to it from what we initially thought we were getting. This is truly an unbelievable book.
Yes.
This is going to be awesome. And I can't wait, but take all the time that you need.
And not to be confused with some sort of like solo, delay or Rogue One delay. Okay. No. This is a delay for the right reasons. We're not changing directors here.
Yeah,
okay?
we're not firing each other. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that, and the fact that you noticed those little details, like adding the figure in there that particular item pertains to, and also, if there are multiple or a weapon that covers multiple figures, then we'll list those figures rather than show the individual ones. So, and we'll tell you which colors go with certain figures and stuff, because there's a lot of misconception about early Star Wars figures, having black or blue blasters. Well, they only really had blue blasters. Yep. They're either dark blue. Right. Some of them almost look black, but they're actually blue. So, there's little points in there that would help collectors out. And I think the point you made, Andy, about young collectors who may be starting out, we want to get those people on board. We want to get them into the vintage and stuff like that, because we want this sort of cycle of this vintage collection to keep going, and we want people, when we're all sort of long gone or whatever, we want our collections to be embraced and loved by somebody else, who's going to appreciate them. And we're hoping that this book educates those people as to why these things were loved so much.
Yeah,
perfect.
One other thing is that, you're talking about what we've added. I mean, the armory section, for instance, was an extra 22 pages. Yep. And that included and that we had to process another 300 pictures for that. So that's taking photos, then processing the pictures in terms of, getting ready for print, and then cutting them out. So we have to cut out all the individual weapons on the computer so that they're appearing on a white background. And then you have to drop them in the book and make up your pages. So, these things do take time, but we were of the opinion that it's going to benefit the book so much that if it does delay it a bit, then so be it, because once people get it, they'll realize why it's worth waiting that bit longer. Variations was added 34 pages to the book, and that was over 630 images that we had to add to it, So, again, it's got to be processed and it's got to be retouched or whatever, or cut out, should I say, and then added to the book. So it has taken a long time, and we have worked hard to do it, but it does mean we're behind where we want to be.
And when I was doing those like 300 extra shots for the armory, I really could have used this book to help me when I just got when I just got a tray of just like untold amount of weapons, and I'm looking at the list, and I'm just like, right, Black Blaster, Blue Blaster. Oh my God.
Well, I love it. I love it, boys. And you know, the funny thing is right in the beginning of the show when you guys started, I mean, we had the chat just already pouring out like, take your time, guys, take your time. I don't think, and we talked about this offline, I don't think you're going to have a problem with 99.9% of the backers out there. There's going to be that one dude, and we know who he is. All right. We know who he is. Don't worry. There's going to be that one dude, and good for him. Good for him. He cares about deadlines.
Punctuality.
Yeah. You know,
and
he's the guy that shows up to the birthday party 2.5 hours early. So yeah, love that guy. But don't worry about it. I think everyone's behind you. I think I keep it up. That's what I said. Go. If you guys have found a baggy expert, let's find the rest. Let's find the rest of these experts out there.
So I'm currently backing 3 Kickstarter books, and none of the 3 have gone to print when they initially thought they were, and I am totally fine with that, because I know just in talking with you guys, everything that goes into making something like this and having it be of the quality that we want it to be, and then beyond what we've expected. I know those things are going to take time, and maybe even more than initially thought. And I'm, as a backer and as a supporter of you guys, I absolutely love what you're doing. Take the time that you need. You've heard that from many people who are backing you in the chat. Take whatever time you need, because at the end of this, what we're going to get is going to be so incredibly high quality, with an attention to detail unseen in a collector book thus far, that it'll be worth whatever. The extra time is not going to matter. Okay. Just like the extra time in the soccer match today didn't matter. Italy was going to win no matter what. Right. This not even going to matter.
I wish you could have told me that before.
Oh, look what Greg's got. Hold on. Greg's got, I just love that right there. That's what's.
I mean, we showed this before. This is what it was going to be when the Kickstarter finished. So that is the 400 pages. Now that's more. Now that's a lot more. It's going to be bigger.
So a quarter of that again.
Yeah, it's going to be bigger than this.
I just want the dust cover at this point.
I know the dust cover looks excellent. So does have I got to ask this, because it kind of got brought up in the chat, but I know initially when you guys set out to do this, you received a little bit of pushback, and maybe even some negativity towards what you were going to be trying to do.
There's always that guy.
There's always a few out there. Does it still exist? Are you still feeling that, or have you guys pushed through it and have maybe converted maybe some of those initial, like, well, I don't think this is a good idea, guys?
I would say enough of the second part where we push through it, and a lot of people have kind of changed their opinion on us a bit more. We're kind of more in that area now, where we don't get much hate now like we did at the start. Not hate, but negativity. We still get a little bit here and there, of course. There's still some pushback occasionally. There's certain areas of like the Facebook and internet we know maybe not to go to. But overall, I feel everyone's kind of like got on board now. There's some of the people, I don't want to say too much or upset people, but some people that we've turned to help us assist in with some of these last bits of the book, at first were some of those that maybe didn't want to be involved at all. And now they're like, oh, actually, I will help you. Now I see what you're doing. I'm on board. So it has turned around in a positive way for us.
We've turned some of the experts around that we've gone to consult. You know, some of them were skeptical, but I think when we show them what we're trying to achieve and where we're trying to go with it, they sort of understand where we're coming from, I think, and they realise that there's nothing out there like it. There are books out there, but I don't think there's going to be anything like this one.
No. You're taking all the best things of maybe like 10 different books and putting it all in one place where, man, if you can't get a question answered from this book, like there's only maybe a few people out there that maybe could answer
Sure.
it. So
Yeah.
it's when we say exhaustive, we mean like it's got everything in it. It's got everything in it. So Josh, are there any other pictures?
No, I
is that
think we
it?
went through
Okay.
them all. Yeah.
That's
I would say,
fantastic.
guys, I would say, boys, quit apologizing. Just keep doing the good work. We're okay. We're all okay. And we'll make it through it. And I can't wait to see this book. So take your time. Just take your time. And
we
again,
can't wait for you to get
quit
it.
apologizing.
We
Yeah,
can't wait for you
thank
to get it, you know. So
Yeah, it generally excites me knowing that people that we've been chatting to, and we've made so many amazing friends over the last few months making this book. More than half the people in this chat. It's crazy that when we first came on this show, however long ago, looking at the chat, being like, "Oh God, who are these people?" Now I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's Mark. Oh goodness, Alex." Like I look and I know who these people are.
Yeah.
Like, it's
These
been
are your
such
people.
such a
Can I
wild
say
journey.
a shout out to Alex Gambin as well, who's been probably one of our #1 fans on Facebook. He shared everything we do, everything we put out there. He's on it and he's sharing it. And I mean, you know, lots of people do, but he's just one of the standout guys that really does push it, and we appreciate that.
We appreciate Alex too. Keep it going out there.
Keep it going out there. So there's a quote that a basketball coach, John Wooden, said, and I have it in my classroom at school, and it says, if you don't take the time to do it right the first time, when will you have time to do it again?
Ooh.
And
Good
I want to
point.
commend you guys. You guys are doing it right. You guys are making sure it's right.
Could Andy be any more of a dad / teacher? Why can't
I love it.
This is why I bring him over, because all of a sudden I'm like, tell me another quote. That's one of the best quotes I've ever.
And if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing well.
That's right. That's right.
Exactly.
I'm about to go out back and just build a chicken coop. I don't know why, but it's just gonna start and get it done right.
Then tomorrow you'll have to go and get some chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
If you
First
build it,
things
they will
first.
come.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it.
So
All
yeah,
right.
that's where we're at. We're a little bit behind, but we think that with the delay that you're going to get, you know, when you finally get it. I mean, we owe the Hot Toys and everything. There's delays with those, and you go along your life, and you know, you sort of put it in the back of your mind, and all of a sudden it turns up, and you're like, oh wow, you know, and then you know, that's it. You've been waiting a month, and then before you know it, 3 months have passed, and you've had it in your possession that long, and it's just sort of that sort of scenario. But we just, you know, like you say, we want to get it right, and once you get it, then you'll realize
You're doing it right, boys.
it's
You're
worth
doing it
the
right.
wait.
We got you. We got you.
We got
We'll
you.
wait for you.
This is awesome.
It seems like some sort of, I don't know, but we'll wait for you.
Thank you. Thanks for
Welcome to
waiting.
Hallmark. Welcome to Hallmark. All right. Any last words before we kick you out of here and move on to the things that we don't have? Because that's a goner.
Oh, battery.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think just thanks again for the support and the fact that you can see that it is that people throw the word passion project around a lot, but this really is that. Like, it really down to the bones. That is what it is for us.
That is
So,
evident.
Thank you for letting us do it, everyone. We couldn't be doing it without you, and we know that's why we keep in touch with you guys.
Yeah.
All of you in the chat, all the backers. People message us all the time. We always get back to you. Like, we're very easy to get in touch with and chat to. And please, by all means, any questions, shoot it our way. We're happy to hear from everyone.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. Well, thank you so much. Red 5 Designs, amazing book. As you can see on the ticker below, you can still get it up to print.
Yes.
Go check it out. It's not too late. You haven't missed out. Are you kidding me? You haven't missed out. So go ahead and check them out.
It's
and
not too late.
It's not too late.
Too late.
Boys, we're going to take you out with your own logo. It says toy review at the end. I need to just get rid of that at some point. Right?
You know what? We won't do the spinner because the camera's dead, but we will. We'll review that.
Are we going to review
Yeah, we'll
it?
still review it.
All right. Not today, right? Is that what you're saying? Well, we still got to get the guys are still in the room, Andy. You just switch gears. All right. Bye. Gianni and Greg. Bye.
Grab it.
You still want to do it?
Do it. It's a cool thing, man.
Well, if you want to fill time, I'll get it going.
All right.
You just fill some time.
Okay, I'll fill some time. This is something that I got in the mail, and I got it off of eBay. Let me be clear. It's a little envelope. It says "Commission for the Preservation of the New Order," and it's got an Imperial logo on it. So it looks like it's a little bit of from the Empire. Compnor Arcology level 5127 Federal District Coruscant 000. And then it's got some Arabish on the back. Now, what this is, ladies and gentlemen, is as you guys know, I'm into a little bit of art lately. These are propaganda cards from Lothal from the Rebels series. So let me just flash through these here real quick. Again, it's Star Wars Rebels from 2014, limited edition propaganda cards. Oh, nice. Thank you, Josh. If the headgear fits, wear it. Explore the galaxy. Join the Imperial Navy. And these are things that you might see posted around Lothal around the time of Rebels. Ace pilots needed. Again, propaganda cards from the Rebels series. Lead the way. Join today. Back the Imperial forces. So they're painting the Empire in a positive light, of course, getting people to join up and fall in line. Protect Lothal, protecting you. This one was cool because it's a shot of the cityscape. So anyway, propaganda cards from the Rebels line. I ordered these quite a while ago, and the guy that was supposed to send them to me forgot to send them to me for like a month and felt bad about it. And so he sent me 2. I've got 2 sets of these. And again, there's only 2,500 of these out there. So they're a bit limited. They're not readily available. And they are from 2014. They come in this nice little envelope. And so I wanted to do a giveaway. I wanted to do a giveaway for this. What's up? A giveaway for our followers on Twitter, followers on YouTube. Actually, what I'd like you to do on YouTube is at the conclusion of this show, all right, I want you to leave a comment in the comment section of our YouTube page stating the one thing you're most excited about in seeing in the Red 5 Designs book that's coming out soon here. All right, just got to leave one comment. That'll put you in for a drawing to get this the 6 card. I believe there's 6 cards. 6 cards, propaganda cards from the Rebels series. It's cool little artwork. They don't take up a lot of space. You can swap them out if you just want to use one.
You're giving it away, bro?
I'm giving it away. Well, the guy sent me 2, and so I'm passing along. Take a look at it there, Josh.
Thank you. Well, I was looking. I was still in the room.
Well,
right?
I know you were
silently
working. But yes, leave a comment after the
How come you didn't offer me? Now you're giving it to them.
Well,
I don't
leave a comment, Josh, and maybe you can win one.
I
I won't exclude you. Everybody's
cool thing is I can delete comments, so you might only get 1 comment.
We might only get one.
Oh yeah, we. Sorry.
Interesting.
Sorry.
Interesting.
Sorry.
So anyway, this is a cool little. You could use them as postcards. They're about the size. They're a little bit smaller than 8x10.
Beautiful packaging too. It's
I know.
Awesome.
Cool little propaganda. Anyway, leave a comment. What are you most excited about with this book that Red 5 that Greg and Gianni are coming out with?
Absolutely.
You see that they've added not only Ewoks and droids figures to the vintage line, but the 12-inch figures.
Yep.
They're adding an armory section, which is incredible. They're adding a variance. They've gone so far in depth in the variants, even way further than they were expecting to go.
And I don't know if we get in trouble, we get in trouble. All right, from Red 5 Designs, but I do know that in our conversation with them, they were talking about with the armory, they're focusing on what you should have gotten with the characters. So if you're looking for like repro information or anything like that,
no,
that's the Imperial Armory on
Imperial Gunnery.
Gunnery, thank you.
Give you examples of bad things.
But they're focusing on what you should have received with certain figures. And of course, they're doing their best to be extensive, but there's always going to be one thing out there that nobody knew about except that one guy.
Except that one baggy expert.
Yeah,
they're adding baggies.
Yeah.
Bagged figures, and they're adding the mini catalogs and and
Yeah.
flyers and stuff.
So good stuff.
They're adding so much more. What are you most excited about? Leave a comment below. Get yourself into a drawing for some propaganda, Lothal propaganda cards.
Of course.
From the Rebels animated series.
Love it.
It's pretty cool.
And by the way, Mandalorian put a bunch of propaganda up. Remember that in season 2?
Yeah.
And I mean, there's all these propaganda posters. I would love a room full of propaganda posters from Star Wars that have.
That would be cool.
That would be a cool room.
That would be a cool room.
Bathroom. We're gonna do it. You can paper a bathroom up. Just
you can.
Let's do it.
Not one.
Your
with
wife
a shower.
won't care.
Not one with a shower in it, because
oh yeah, not one with the shower.
We don't want to steam anything.
No.
All
That's
right.
probably how they got up there. But yeah, love it.
All right. The last thing, actually, we've got 2 things left on our list here. Do you want to do the toy thing right now, or you want to do a quick conversation?
Let's do a quick conversation.
All right. The conversation piece is tangentially related.
What the hell did you just say?
Tangentially.
Oh.
Tangentially related. That's a mouth word also. Related to the little dust up last week with the Boba Fett and Boba Fett's Slave One ship. Now, that in and of itself is not an actual...
Pause. By the way, tangentially. In a way that relates only slightly to a matter, peripherally. Hold on. I can't even say peripherally. I've never have.
What
In the
did you
manner, position, or direction of a tangent. Nice work, Andy. I just said no. I'm not even getting away with that word without making sure it's real.
It's a real word, I promise you. So the actual, it's not the Boba Fett stuff from a week ago is actually not a controversy at all. Lego's been putting out for quite a while now.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren's ship, Poe Dameron's X-Wing, the Knights of Ren's ship. So
and you're saying that's what's on their packaging.
That's what's on their packaging, and they've been doing it. All right. So when they put on the most recent version of Slave One, Boba Fett's spaceship, that is right in line with what they've been doing for a while now. General Grievous.
So it's not a cancel thing.
It's not a cancel thing. It's not a change the name thing at all. Okay. And thankfully, we did not pay it any attention.
Thank God.
Thank goodness. We were ready to, but as always with things, especially with outrage culture,
sleep on it.
Give it a minute.
Sleep on it.
Yeah. And then what we like to do is say, we don't know what we don't know. And so why should we be outspoken about something when we don't have all the facts yet? And thankfully that all came out, and it's not even worth a calorie.
Move along.
Yeah. Move along. Like there's
like move along.
There's actually no controversy.
Really just move along.
But what that got me thinking, Josh, is that and Boba Fett has been popular since 1980, right? He's been a cult classic hero, not a hero, but just like an intriguing character that we didn't know a lot about. So people made up their own stories with, and he's been popular, and it's only increased over time, especially with him coming back in The Mandalorian. Now, what I wonder is, are we going to see a little bit of a change in who Boba Fett is?
That's a good question.
Because of his popularity. Now, he is known, as is Fennec Shand, to be a bounty hunter, an assassin, dead or alive. Bounties can dead or alive.
To be dead,
right? In Han Solo's case, he needed to be alive,
right? But
working for all of the worst people in the galaxy, crime syndicates.
Look at Chrome. I'm outraged by the lack of outrage on display here. We know. Come on,
you're
let
right.
the cat out.
Right. We were ready to be out. We were
let
ready.
The cat out.
We were ready to be outraged. We recorded a 25-minute video with a little bit of outrage in it, and then we slept on it, and thank God we did.
And the next morning we were like,
all right. Good thing we didn't post that out there, because we would have looked silly going on a 13 post Twitter thread, whatever.
And by the way, that might be something that we throw up on the Patreon page, not to be shared.
Not to be shared. So our outrage is something that never came to pass. Like, that is social media in a nutshell. But anyway, Boba Fett is not a nice dude. He has never been a nice dude. Fennec Shand is not nice. These people, as cool as we think they are not. the good guys necessarily.
Right, but with like any good character, you can still fall in love with the character even though their intentions are not always along the same lines that you might think as good.
Right.
Like
The
if you read the Boba
anti-hero.
Fett books or any
Right.
book, I mean, you're like, I like this guy, but he
has a cool helmet.
Just took out,
Yeah.
people for no reason there because they were in the way.
And I was reminded this even in a recent Bad Batch episode, which are you caught up?
Not Friday.
Well,
I had stuff to do.
We'll just say I'm going to spoil something for you, and forgive me if I spoil something for you too. Fennec kills Lama Su, the Kaminoan, who was from Attack of the Clones, is one of the
hired her or the opposite? I don't know their names.
Yeah, it's one of the tall alien creatures.
No. I know, but one of them hired Fennec, and one of them hired all the rest of the. Isn't that what's going on in Bad Batch?
Yeah. So they're trying to get Omega back.
Right.
So anyway, it just unceremoniously she shoots and kills him.
Huh.
And that reminds me, like Fennec is not as cool as we want her to be, and as cool as she is.
Right.
Just like Boba Fett, they're not nice guys. They're not necessarily even the good guys. They're self-serving. If what you want lines up with what they want, they can be an ally, but they're not necessarily the good guys. And in some cases, they're not always the bad guys. They go to the highest bidder. They are self-serving.
Well, we have a good question from the chat. Why is a bounty hunter inherently not a good guy? I mean, let's just stop right there and just go with Dog
the bounty hunter.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
pretty good. He's a pretty good guy. Bad hair.
Fair
Good
question. That is a fair question, John. Inherently, no. Being a bounty hunter does not make you a bad person.
Ooh, I like that take too. Continue.
But I think if you are willing to be hired as an assassin, who gets to live and who gets to die is a very tricky.
But it could be that you're not picking good or bad, because if you're the bad guy, do you think that you're bad?
No.
No.
You think what you're doing is right.
And the other person is bad.
Right? Only history tells us.
It's a great question.
So, I mean, it's like, so again, at the time.
So that's why I'm not a greeter. Like the last line, the profession does not make the person. You can't just call me a greeter.
Just because I teach doesn't make me a lover of children.
Dude, you just threw out fantastically, or whatever the hell that
tangentially.
Was. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Testistically. And
so
with everyone.
So they do live by a code, but that code is a little morally ambiguous.
Ooh, look, the chat's defending look, we're gonna, as you get older, they learn more. See, I love this. So we want Boba to be good, like good in our hearts.
Right. We want to support like what Boba is doing and stuff like that. So and then that leads me to the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian was a bounty hunter, right? And maybe still kind of is, or maybe he's decided not to be anymore. I don't know. We'll see next season. But he's a bounty hunter too. He does all the same things Boba Fett does. Maybe has been hired to be an assassin at times.
Cut a guy in half through a doorway. Episode
right.
1.
Yes. Episode 1.
Didn't need to do that.
But it was cool, right?
Damn cool.
So now the Mandalorian, Din, has something greater to live for that was bigger than himself, right? It was Grogu. Sure. And now Grogu's now with Luke. So what is he going to do now? Is he going to keep kind of living?
Would you like to see
as a father-like figure?
Nah, would you like to see him go full brutal? Because now he filled up this hole in his heart.
This Grogu-shaped hole.
Grogu shape. Oh, and then someone ripped it out, named Luke Skywalker.
Well, he didn't
rip it out. I'm just kidding. So Grogu leaves, so he's got this void. Now he just goes a little rampagey. Wouldn't you like to see
and takes out Bo-Katan and claims Mandalore?
Yeah, exactly. Not takes out Bo-Katan, but kind of makes Bo-Katan nervous. Like, oh crap, zealot in the house, and he goes nutty. Yeah. So what I'm wondering, I do like what you're saying though.
So my overarching question is: are we going to get a little bit of a brand shift in Boba Fett because he's so popular and likable, or leave him the way he is because he's so popular and
leave him the way he is?
I would prefer that too.
Here's the thing with Boba Fett:
he's exactly the kind of guy that would have a ship called Slave One.
Right.
But
getting
back to the controversy.
Think about this guy though. He's walking around in a robe on Tatooine for a
Chink.
long time.
Chink,
Okay.
chink.
But what happened when he put that armor back on? He went full addict, just got their first bump
In a long time.
after a stint
Yeah.
in the pokey, right?
Pokey.
And what did he do with it? He jumped down and just rose up and smashed a guy in the head.
Waylaid
that guy went
stormtroopers.
nutty. You know, even they're like, whoa, you know, we don't have to kill him that fast. He took out an entire platoon and then
the
shot a ship out of the sky. Yeah.
And knocked the other one. Yeah.
And was like, that was good.
That was awesome. Yeah. So
I'm back.
I'm hoping, Josh, that because the shot in the arm for the character, doesn't lead to any sort of changes in who we know Boba to be. I like, you know, somebody mentioned in the chat, bad guys are more interesting, right? You always want to know more about them and why they tick the way they tick. And so I'm all of this conversation to say, I hope they don't mess with something that is working, right?
Right.
I hope they don't change who he is because he's so popular. I'm more of he's that popular because he's the way he is.
When Darth Vader threw the Emperor over the edge, were you disappointed?
No.
You were happy.
Right.
Why? Because you're like, yes, that guy I kind of liked, and I didn't want to tell anyone I liked so much because he's a badass. Did the right thing one time. And I think that's what you were all looking for. Now, I'm not expecting Boba to do the right thing. He's sitting on Jabba's throne.
Right.
He should do plenty of wrong things.
He's not going to be
but down the middle, like Breaking Bad style, right? Down the middle.
All right. He's going to do some pretty bad things for his code and sake of good.
Code will be where it comes in.
Yeah, I guess.
Not his chain code, but
so moving forward, I can't wait to see what happens next.
Might as well. Oh, you don't have the music. We should skip it.
That's right. We don't need the music. We can just talk about this. That's fine. That's
all
fine.
right.
The last thing, ladies and gentlemen.
The last thing that we want to show you guys is this. Is just this guy who we like next to the fire.
Next to the fireplace. Josh, what is this?
It's always the back. You
Boom,
look
the back.
We didn't play. Boom. It's always the back. Here it comes. This is an episode 1 battle droid B1 battle droid coming around. Here he comes. Now, the reason I pulled him out is because I just want to ask a question. This isn't particularly intriguing, but he's a cool 12-inch figure in a box. Value on this guy, Annie? Come on, what's your guesstimate?
I don't know, probably somewhere around $30 to $50.
Yeah, I would say 20, to be honest with you.
A little less than
yeah.
Okay.
And it depends on if we're getting like some kind of a millennial, heartfelt eBay purchasing. But he's in the box. So there it is. I love it. 20 to 30. You were right. Super Awesome's got it. That's how I feel. 20 to $30. I haven't checked. But here's the question.
With blaster rifle.
The age-old question. I got him in the box.
Currently.
Should he stay in the box or should he come out? And by the way, we're spinning toys in front of the fireplace today, which I think it's focused on the fireplace and not the toy. I will fix that.
That's okay.
I love it.
Well, this is the episode 1 kind of batch of 12-inch figures. And I know you have a few of these and they're all currently in their box. And I would suggest, Josh, if you're going to leave any in the box, then you leave them all in the box. But if you take one out, you should take them all out. So,
well, look at graphics here, left coast. Let them breathe. I agree with that to some degree. That's what I'm trying to say. Is maybe as you're looking at this. I mean, by the way, I saved the boxes.
Save the boxes. You take them out and you save the boxes. So they're taking
twice
as much.
John got us right there. He's just said it.
John,
let him breathe.
Yeah.
Save the box.
John's
agreed.
He's an out of the box guy.
Agreed. So that's what I'm going to do. I appreciate that because part of me is like, I don't know what leave it in the box is. Look, here's why you leave it in the box. Because the next time you find it, it could still be Christmas morning. It's still in the box. I haven't taken it out yet. And then you can hide it away. And then the next time you find it, it can still be Christmas morning. That's what it is.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know, what other episode 1 12-inch figures do you have? You have the
I have Maul.
Okay.
And then I have the destroyer or the whatever, the the rolling
The Droidica.
I couldn't think of it, but
But don't you also have the silver C-3PO?
I do have a weird silver C-3PO.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
For sure.
From the very beginning.
Oh,
of episode one.
from when they're at negotiations.
Mhm.
Yes, I do have silver C-3PO. I feel
You've
like
got a droid line of 12-inch figures from episode 1.
it's weird.
That is weird.
I have
That's
Zam,
cool,
Zam from number 2.
Zam, yes, you do.
Yeah,
You've got a 12-inch Planet of the Apes figure. Right.
of course I do. Or we call that
Who doesn't?
we call that bald Wookie,
Bald Wookiee.
Yep.
Yes. Thinning Wookiee.
thinning Wookie.
That's great. All right. I think that's all we
Look
got.
at see, but this guy screws me up. He's like, since they're not that, here he comes. I knew super awesome. He's like, just buy another one. It's out of the box. Shut up. This is the one I have. I'm not going to ever find another one. No, not shut up. But I mean, not in the nicest way. But I'm like, I don't know. That's my thing. It's like, this is the only one I'll ever have. But oh, I know. See, Gary, he loves that song, and I just don't have it.
Well, Gary knows the song well enough. It can be playing in his head.
Gary, we're so close. We're so close to having everything at our disposal.
Almost.
Almost there.
Almost.
We made more leaps and bounds this week, including a different angle on the fireplace. All right. Andrew, it's been a great day. Man, I love those guys.
Yeah. They're great. I'm
Kenny
super
and Greg.
excited. Every time we talk about it or get an update, my excitement and anticipation ramps up.
We went on a Zoom call
Yeah.
2 days ago, and it was or yesterday.
Yesterday.
And it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like we can't even like guys, all the stuff we showed you, we saw more stuff.
We saw more.
It was cooler.
It was way cool.
Yeah. There's NDAs that have been signed. I'm just kidding. No, it's super cool. Like
NWAs?
No. But yeah,
Oh, yeah.
super cool stuff. Oh yeah, everyone's humming it in their heads.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to add before we take?
Just don't forget, if you want to be included in the drawing to win these propaganda cards from the Rebel series, leave a comment about what you're looking forward to most about this book that the Red 5 design crew is putting together. It is a passion project that has involved a lot of people, us included. There's people that are contributing images and photographs and figures and accessories and information and details from literally all over the globe.
All over the globe.
And so it is, when we say comprehensive, it's coming from all parts of the world. I can't say any more about it, Josh.
Yep.
I've said everything that I can say, and I'm way excited. So
I am too. But
leave a
your
comment.
comment, and we're gonna pick a winner. That's an awesome little prize there, buddy.
It is.
Nice work.
It's pretty sweet.
And thanks again to Jackson for making you spend $100
On all these freaking comics. He was in the chat a little bit ago.
Yeah, and he'll be back next week to give us another Jackson 5 plus.
Which you're gonna have
Those
to
are amazing.
spring for a few.
Oh,
this time.
I'm gonna want to. I'm gonna want to.
do that
Those are
next
great. All right, gang. You can find us anywhere at Holochronicles. Of course, like and subscribe on YouTube. Hit the bell, and then if you want, go check us out on Patreon at Holochronicles. Right /Holochronicles.
Go play with your toys.